The grassroots users at KU banded together and campaigned for an enterprise-wide simulation center. So we're all here to provide the best possible experience we can for our learners and users of simulation space.
We get the strong academic influence of research and data analysis, and you compare that with the health system resources that we can then pull from to help influence curriculum design.
And we don't have to look very far to define what contemporary practice is or to define what the standards of practice are. We can look no further than our partners in the health system.
For novice practitioners who are pre-licensure, or even our experienced practitioners who haven't gotten to do a skill in a really long time, if we can provide that opportunity in a safe space where they can get feedback, that helps build their confidence.
Simulation is much more than a mannequin or a fancy space. Simulation provides a structure for design thinking and process thinking.
You don't have to worry about the patient care part of it because it's just a mannequin. You can eliminate that and education rises to the top of the list, which is a very powerful tool.
The planning process is all about partnership. So we, the ZIEL team, will partner with the subject matter experts. It could be faculty, it could be a staff member, it could be a clinician who has identified a need.
The first thing to define is what's your learning objective? What's the point of doing this simulation?
And when we come to the table at these planning meetings, when the technical operations team is ready to really dig in and figure out the logistics of the delivery, we always go back to what are the objectives.
Depending on how complex the procedure or the simulation is, will determine how many meetings and how many people are involved, how many instructors are needed. So that way, by the time the event and the real learners come, instructors just need to focus on teaching that day.
Debriefing is a really key part of simulation generally. It's certainly a big part of the ethos of ZIEL.
We're really trying to move them beyond just like, oh, if I go do that case again, this is what that instructor expects, to more of a rationale-based approach.
If I, as a pulmonary critical care physician, can apply principles from debriefing, I really feel like it's that cultural transformation by which simulation almost has the greatest potential for impact.
We have designed what our process is through research and what has been shown to work from an educational theory perspective. And we're constantly observing and assessing, but in a way to help them improve their performance and help them define for themselves and for their program often where additional practice is needed.
Research and getting curious about our own teaching and about the learning that's happening. Essentially, it's a parallel to the debriefing process. We think it's critical for the learners to get curious, and we better get curious too about the support we're giving them.
Providing a space for the interdisciplinary and interdepartment work to create our own version of best practices. It's through that we really are transforming how learning happens and how collaboration happens.
However long we've been a provider, there's always room for improvement. Simulation's a great place to come, practice it, be safe.
Some of the simulations I participated in as a medical student, I learned things in those moments and in the debriefs afterwards that I have never forgotten.